What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a couple of topics that we do need to go over. Okay, 3 to be exact, and they're in the movie world and the gaming world. One thing that I would like to go over, you see right here on the screen. Apparently there was a new Hellboy that was dropped. Hellboy, the Crooked Man, has been released, the trailer, and it's coming out later this year. I don't know exactly when it's coming out, and I do apologize for that. But I was genuinely surprised to see that there's a new Hellboy coming out. The last Hellboy we got was with David Harbour, and the Hellboy that came out a couple years ago didn't do so well. You know, everybody was excited for it, and then when it came out, nobody was excited for it. There was no talks of a sequel. There was no talks of expanding the universe. And in my opinion, it was dumb fun. It was just dumb fun. I'm not gonna say it was a masterpiece or anything, but it was dumb fun. I do go back every now and then and watch it. It's like the Resident Evils for me. It's dumb fun. You go back and watch it when you have nothing else to really watch. But before we get into watching the trailer and talking about the other 2 topics that we have in today's video, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Share with your friends and family. Okay, I've been sharing these last few videos to Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, to get more traffic to my YouTube channel. And if you like this type of content, movie news, gaming news, reactions, discussions, if you want to have opinions and feel open and invited to share your opinion, subscribe to this channel. But before we do anything else, we're gonna go ahead and get into this trailer reaction, because Hellboy is always a welcome time. Let's get one thing straight, because I know one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy movies will always be the best Hellboy movies that will ever be. Okay? Will always be the best Hellboy movies there will be nothing that could top those original. Ron Perlman, there will be nothing that will ever top those Guillermo del Toro Hellboy movies. From the costume designs, to the sets, to the cinematography, to the story. Nothing. Say what you want about the movies, okay? But those were some of the best and passionate movies that were out. Of course, Perlman's Hellboy does not look like the Hellboy from the graphic novels. Got it. It's kind of hard to mimic the penmanship to cinematics, okay? They were highly, the graphic novels, the characters of Hellboy and everybody else in the graphic novels were highly exaggerated. The art was highly exaggerated, and admittedly, that's what made it beautiful. Now, I will say this: I never read any of the graphic novels, any of them. I've seen, pictures of them online when I used to look up stuff that had to do with Hellboy and Guillermo del Toro's Hellboys and stuff. I saw clips of them, and then when the most recent Hellboy came out, there was comparisons. I did see those, but I never read any of the graphic novels or had any knowledge or have any knowledge of the lore behind Hellboy. I do want to say that before we get into this reaction. I'm not knowledgeable on Hellboy. I do enjoy Hellboy. I know that he is some kind of demon spawn from another dimension. He's the son of Satan from another dimension or something like that. Okay, he's a prince. But I've learned that from the movies. And if his horns grow or some shit, it's the end of the world. I know that. Okay? And I've been waiting for a post-apocalyptic Hellboy type movie. I have been. But we're going to go ahead and get into this trailer reaction. It's only 1 minute and 9 seconds, as you see right here in front of me. Hellboy, the Crooked Man. Not to be confused with the Crooked Man from James Wan's Insidious franchise thing that's going on over there. There's apparently supposed to be a movie with that character to come out this year or last year, but it never happened. So let's go ahead and check this out, see what this is about. Okay, let's go ahead and wait, we need some sound.
Something in these hills. Something haunted. Evil. It smells like death.
How do you know that?
Dark things called dark things.
You
I
know.
heard tales about him all my life. Most just called him the Crooked Man.
The fuck? The fuck?
We've got company.
All your friends ain't all gonna die.
Okay. Now I will say this. One thing off the bat, people will be comparing it to the OG Hellboy, the character design. Admittedly, in this trailer, we didn't really see enough of the design. But one thing I will say about David Harbour's Hellboy is that he was big and he was brooding. And I did like that with that iteration of that character. The fact that he was bigger than life, he was brooding. It looked like no matter what he took on, he was going to be able to take it head on. Because he was such an imposing, and David Harbour is not a short guy by any means. So that's why that character was that as big as he was. Ron Perlman's pretty short, and it seems like this guy, the actor, is pretty short. But this looked like a fan film. This looks like this looks like a fan film. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it looks bad, but it definitely is giving me the last Hellboy movie's vibes. Is giving me that vibe. Like the trailer was not put together pretty cool, but there seems like several different tones in this movie just from the trailer. Like I'm getting that. It would have been dope if this was like a horror-based Hellboy movie, because the Crooked Man, whatever character this is, it seems like a very horror-based character, like a scary-ass fucking character. And there was some pretty cool shots in the trailer that did give me the feeling of like uneasiness. But I don't know. We're going to read the comments and see what other people have to say about it, because you know I love reading some Twitter comments. So we're going to read the comments, see what people got to say, and we'll get on to our next topic. There's only, after the failure of 2019, why not just let Guillermo del Toro back in to finish the trilogy? I don't understand, which is a very true statement. His movies were supposed to be a trilogy, and it was a sequel, The Golden Army, and then the first one. And collectively, this fandom, from what I've seen over the past couple of years, we've all pretty much, especially the casual ones like me and the dedicated Hellboy fans, all pretty much have agreed that Guillermo del Toro does need to come back and give us a third movie. Collectively. Looks like a fan-made trailer, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Yeah, it looks fan-made, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Almost thought this was a fan-made film at first glance. Yeah. Say everybody, the Perlman Hellboy. What the hell is the dialogue in this? Dark things called to dark things. Dad, son, we have Hellboy at home. Hellboy at This doesn't look good at all. Am I not am not tripping? Not tripping. Some Hollywood exec said, let's make a cheap budget horror movie with popular IP. Finally, less action, more horror. If it's not Guillermo del Toro, I'm not watching. All of these are collectively saying the same thing. Either it looks like a fan film. Sorry, it was a video of my son. I'm sorry. Either it looks like a fan film, or we all want Guillermo del Toro back. It doesn't. It's giving me a couple of different vibes as far as it goes, and it's giving me the vibes of 2019. Like when that trailer first came out, it looked promising, and then when we got the movie, it was lackluster. Again, it was just something to throw on. This is giving me that same vibe. I don't know what's the problem with hiring a good director, hiring a good writer, a great writer, and just letting them do their thing and making this character on the level of a Superman or a Bat. You can expand on this world, but you keep writing these sucky ass movies that no one's gonna want to. You give us one bad movie, okay, people are gonna complain about it. You give us two bad movies, people are gonna side-eye it because of the first bad movies, but they'll give it a chance. You're not gonna give us three bad movies because no one's gonna show up. People are willing to give this a chance because this is the second one outside of Guillermo del Toro's movies. That's the only reason why because they want this to be good. So make it good. That's all I'm gonna say about this Hellboy stuff. Until we get more footage and more, I need to read up on it a little more, and maybe that'll be a separate video in itself. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm not saying that it looks good or anything. It looks promising, but trailers could be cut together to make something bad look good. And that's all. I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to get into this next thing that has to do with, of course, Superman Legacy. You guys knew it was coming. But this right here. Exclusive. James Gunn is reportedly planning to change the Superman suit at the end of his film. This wasn't planned at first, but after the massive backlash the first look got on X/Twitter, he requested a new classic suit to have a more positive reaction on social media. Now, this is what I was talking about, and not my last. Well, I actually brought it up in my last video, and the video before my last video was that if you are loud enough and you don't like something, voice it. There is absolutely hell. If people don't agree with what you feel because of your opinion on something, fuck them. Because if this is true, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is just a rumor. I don't know. But Culture Cave I follow them on Twitter, and they're pretty spot on about most of the news that they put out. You look what you got done. You voiced your disdain or dislike for something, and now it's being changed by the end of the movie. And this news just came out today, the 1st of July. All week, X has been blowing up with set images and villains and all of this coming out about this movie. And the suit has been the one thing that's been divided amongst fans. Snyder fans and or fans of Gunn or whatever. The suit. No one's saying that they're not going to check out the movie, or no one's saying they don't give a fuck about the movie. All we've said is that the suit looks like dog shit. And it looks like shit. That's my opinion, and that's a lot of other people's opinion. You don't like it, guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Freedom of speech means freedom to have an opinion, and that's my opinion. So I'm glad that they're doing something a little more classical with the suit. I'm glad they're doing that. I do. If the trunks look good on it, don't mind it at all. If it's proportioned well, don't mind it at all. If you give David Cornsweet the opportunity to show his actual physique in the Man of Steel suit, the Superman suit, I don't mind it at all. The suit doesn't look good. Not saying the movie's not going to be good. Am I a little concerned for the movie? Yes. But the suit doesn't look good. That's one thing that I've stood on with making these videos. And that's one thing that I'm going to stand on until we see the new suit at the end of the new movie. Now, here's the only concerning thing about that. How are you going to know if fans like the new suit if we're only going to get to see it at the end of the movie? That's my only thing. I mean, I guess you could tell it, like, we can go on social media and say, oh, new suit's it, new suit's not. And then by the next movie, they could possibly tweak it or change it. But I'm liking this. Now, I'm assuming that in the movie, it's going to be in the storyline that this was made by his mother. This suit was made by his mother. And the new suit is going to be something that was probably made by someone else for him. I don't know how they're going to swing that. Because in the Zack Snyder's movies, you could have said, well, Clark Kent had this ship or Fortress of Solitude that had the different suits on it. Or he could have had Bruce Wayne make him a new high-tech suit. But in this universe, since it's just now starting to become established, we can't really say that that's how that's gonna go. So I'm eager to see how they wing that one. We do have more Superman news. This is some plot details that were revealed. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Don't know how true this is, but I do watch Mr. H's channel. And in some of his earlier videos, he did bring up a lot of plot leaks that had to do with this movie. So we're going to sit here and read through the plot leaks and see if the set images correlate with the plot leaks going on. So, according to ex-user Rejected Scooper, the film will see Superman stand out from other heroes given he has a no-kill rule while Lex Luthor is a war profiteer, which did line up with war in the movie in the Middle East and stuff like that. The scoop states other superheroes are edgy and kill when necessary. Superman is an outcast amongst them for his optimism and no-kill rule, and ultimately inspires them to change their ways. Lex Luthor is war profiteering on an armed conflict in a foreign nation called Jaharanpura per IMDb. I'm slaughtering that. I know that. So other superheroes kill? So Superman is literally the only hero in this universe that doesn't kill? Okay, that's cool. I understand that. But how this is set up is this is making it sound like every other superhero doesn't mind killing. I mean, hey, I've always stood on the edge of that line of if it's necessary, do it. Because Batman unintentionally was killing more people by not killing some of these well-known psychopaths like the Joker, Clayface, the Penguin. He was unintentionally killing a lot more people by letting them walk. Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, you know, of course, there's always that room for remission, but it never seemed to work. Just saying. It goes on, Superman intervenes in the conflict and the US government deploys a clone created by Lex Luthor dubbed Ultraman to arrest him. So it is Ultraman. Ultraman deteriorates into Bizarro and goes rogue. Superman and his super friends must stop him while Lois Lane and the Daily Planet staff work to expose Lex Luthor for his crimes. Okay, so that does line up. Because I thought that was someone else, Ulysses, because Ulysses has that same costume minus the mask in the comic books, but apparently it's Ultraman. And in some comic books, Ultraman is from an alternate universe. That universe is Superman. So apparently Lex Luthor made a clone. Why not just call it? Okay. I mean, hey. It deteriorates into Bizarro, which is cool. We get Bizarro on screen. We get to see him go against Superman. We have Bizarro and Superman and Lois, a version of that Bizarro. Cool. All right. The scoop concludes. Movie reportedly ends with Superman revealing his secret identity to Lois. That's a little too soon, in my opinion. Avoiding the repercussions for his crimes and announcing he will be running for Luthor avoiding repercussions for his crimes and announcing he is running for president, and Supergirl arriving on Earth, plus DCU sets like the Engineers getting recruited into the Authority. Excuse me. That's a little too much for the first movie. Lex Luthor, Flag, the Engineer, Ultraman, who then deteriorates into Bizarro. So if you want to really count it, it's two separate villains, because Ultraman is being controlled, so he's not as bad. Then he deteriorates into Bizarro and goes rogue. So that's two separate entities. That's 5 right there that we know of. Then we have, of course, the Superman story. So Lois Lane, the Daily Planet. We have, that's too much going on for the first movie. Unless the movie's gonna be 3 hours or close to it, that is and then Supergirl arrives at the end of the movie. Superman reveals his secret identity to Lois Lane at the end of the movie. That's too soon. They should at least wait for that. I think this movie is gonna suffer from BVS. And the one thing that I will say about BVS, it had way too much. It was supposed to be a Superman and Batman story, and it had Wonder Woman, it had Aquaman, it had Flash, it had Cyborg, it had fucking Doomsday. It had too much going on. It did, but I enjoyed it. And then when the Ultimate Edition came out, it kind of went smoother than the theatrical cut. But I will admit, BVS did have a lot going on, and I think this is going to suffer from that exact same syndrome, because this is a lot going on for this movie. It is a lot. You have 5 different villains that we know of, and then you have to follow all of those people's stories. Unless they can make it to where it's flowing extremely smooth, this sounds like a lot going on for this movie. And we don't even have a runtime. We don't know the runtime yet. We don't know nothing. Like nothing. There isn't even a part 2 coming out for this after this. This is something else that's coming out. So you're introducing all of this, then to immediately move on from it to something else, you're doing a lot. You're not even introducing the other Justice League members after this movie. You're not focusing on Batman. Well, you got Batman Brave and Bold coming out, but you're not focusing on Aquaman, Green Lantern. You got the Green Lantern movies coming out, but that's later. Martian Manhunter, that's not a thing. Still, Although in Justice League, we did get the goddamn cameo for Martian Manhunter, who was the general, which we all kind of knew in Man of Steel. He had to be an alien because everybody else backed up and he was the only one to step eye to eye with Clark. But it was later confirmed that he would be Martian Manhunter, which was pretty cool. But hey, I do think the Ultraman deteriorating into Bizarro is a dope ass. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I do want to see that. Still don't like the suit. Superman suit looks stupid. Ultraman suit looks stupid. I'm assuming it's a containment suit, but now you got the containment suit that looks like goddamn Doomsday suit, containment suit. You know, you could have done something unique. Ultraman's colors are a little brighter. I don't think anyone would have had a problem with, okay, if Lex Luthor created this clone of Superman, at least having like the Ultraman color going. I get it. It is what it is. Okay, you know, that does kind of, I'm a little excited to see where that goes. A set photo does show Superman being arrested by what looks to be government officials and a masked superhero that could be Ultraman, which was that character. There is a character in a black suit, mask, goggles, similar to Black Noir from The Boys. However, it has a U on its chest. Which is why a lot of people, and I said in one of my other videos, people was thinking that it was Ulysses, because have that same U. But Ultraman also has the U. There's a lot of U-shaped characters. I get it. It's confusing. So, looking at it now that I've read that, the build, the height does look very similar. But now, where does the engineer, unless she's the one that created the clone and is there to control the clone, because then Rick Flag Sr. recruits her to join the Authority. But they have an Authority animated coming out, and I don't think she was one of the characters. It's confusing. That's where it starts getting confusing, because you got all of this intertwined. And I don't think this is the proper way to set it up. If this is going to be a Superman and Lex Luthor movie, let it be a Superman and Lex Luthor. Okay? Now, Lex Luthor is an unsuperpowered person, so of course he's going to have to make a weapon or something to go against Superman. But he's done it so many times in the comic books to where he didn't need another supervillain to go head to head with Superman. He swayed public opinion. You know what I mean? But this could be interesting. I'm not, like I said, I don't hate it. I hate the suit. I'm concerned because of James Gunn's track record. I'm concerned because he doesn't give a fuck about the source material, the characters from the source material, because he wants to do his own thing with these heroes. He thinks superheroes are a joke. He's openly said that. They're the stupidest thing ever. So is he going to make a stupid Superman movie, or is this going to be a Superman movie everybody could get behind? That's the question. But I'm done with talking about that. That's what I really wanted to talk about. This article goes into a lot of other shit that doesn't have to do with the plot synopsis or the plot leak. As far as the armed conflict in the foreign nation, this appears to confirm previous rumors by YouTuber, we're not gonna say Grace Randolph, Mr. H reviews. Okay, I don't like Grace Randolph. Yeah, so finally she concluded the Authority was a misdirect clever. It's actually the JSA type team, or actually JSA. See, they're doing too much. Oh shit. They're doing too much. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But on to the next thing. We're going to be talking about Sweet Baby Inc. Preferably the goddamn Wolverine game that we were supposed to be getting. We heard about the shit like damn near a decade ago, okay? Insomniac Games was supposed to be creating a Wolverine game, and we ain't heard nothing about it. And I've been wondering where the Wonder Woman game that we were supposed to be getting is at, and we ain't heard shit about it. Recently, there was some leaks because someone hacked Insomniac, I'm assuming, and just leaked some unfinished gameplay footage. But apparently, Jean Grey is getting the ugly treatment. And Sweet Baby Inc. is behind it because if you don't remember, the Avengers game, Sweet Baby Inc. was also behind that one in the Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man game. Sweet Baby Inc. was behind that because Jean Grey, well, Jean Grey in this, but what the hell? I just drew a blank. Black Widow in the Avengers game got the ugly treatment, and then MJ got the ugly treatment. And I guess they went back and changed it because MJ looked different, and Black Widow, her character design openly changed. So, as you can see here, that looks like Kathleen Kennedy. I'm sorry, but it's true. Kathleen Kennedy, who is head of Star Wars, Lucasfilms, or Star Wars, or overseeing all that shit at Disney and all of that. But this is a screenshot of Jean Grey from the goddamn Marvel's Wolverine game that is supposed to take place in the Spider-Man universe. That was confirmed. Sweet Baby Inc. just needs, that name, you gonna hire someone called Sweet Baby Inc., you need your ass beat. Cause that name right there, Sweet Baby Inc., oh, y'all go hire Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet. And it's been open that this studio has had issues. Okay. Sweet Baby Inc. is confirmed to be working on Insomniac Games' upcoming Marvel's Wolverine game. I hope to God they are not working on the Blade game. I hope to God they are not working on the Blade game. Oh my God. Video of gameplay for Marvel's Wolverine was hacked in December of 2023. Insomniac Games confirmed the hack. The company wrote on X, "We are aware that stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for PlayStation 5. I got my PS5, so I'm kind of concerned now. It added Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production and will no doubt greatly evolve throughout development, as do all of our plans." The hack footage revealed that there is gameplay that allows players to play as Green Dray. What the fuck? Jean Grey. It also revealed character designs for Jean Grey that makes the character look more like Kathleen Kennedy. I didn't even read this and I knew it. It says Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy than any Marvel Comics artist depiction of the famous X-Men member of the X-Men, let alone live action depictions such as Famke Janssen or Sophie Turner. Wow. We ain't even gotta read no more than that. Returning to the topic of Jean Grey being made uglier, Kern rejected arguments attempting to explain the phenomenon. We were told it was the difficulty of scanning actors, bullshit, or just tricks of light and bad screen caps. We were told we were incels for even questioning it. As a game developer, I knew this was BS. As gamers, you knew it was BS from comparisons with Asian games. Yesterday, we found out a principal artist, read this as led, at major studios including Naughty Dog, Rocksteady, and Respawn told the truth. Something big happened yesterday and most people missed it. Every theory we had about the uglification of women in AAA gaming turning out to be true. Look at what happened to, what the fuck? Hey, yo! Bruh. Look at what happened to Jean Grey from Insomniac Games Marvel's Wolverine from these leaked early screenshots of the first beautiful model to the masculine world-weary version we have today. I wouldn't even say the first one is that good. How did that completely and utterly just devolve into trash? Oh no. Oh no. I'm done. I'm not even speaking more on this. That is just, they need to stop letting Sweet Baby Inc. involved in this shit. Because this is not the first, second, and or third time that they have been in some controversy as far as females in video games. Leave well enough alone. It's not that hard. Leave it alone. But you don't want to leave it alone. Leave it. It was fine the way it was. Gee, like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Let me know what you think about this. Because this is bull. This would be the fifth time that they've done something stupid as far as video games go. And the fact that these studios keep hiring them. Having them advise these games is ridiculous in and in itself because you're giving them initiative to do this. You're incentivizing them to do that. And then you expect people, video game developers, video game artists, people that read the comic books, people that have played other games, people that watch the shows and movies to be okay with that. And if they're not, they're incels. Oh, miss me with that bull. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this BS. I'm done. I'm done with Insomniac.